Hey everyone, it's Charlene. I'm making a holiday card today. This is the beautiful There's a Feeling of Christmas stamp set. You can see there's a city background and several beautiful sentiments. I'm going to be using a sentiment from this set, and I have a piece of cardstock. It's 4¼ by 5½, and I have cut out the center using one of the oval dies in my stash. So I'm stamping my sentiment here, and it says it's Christmas time in the city. And next I'm going to go ahead and stamp out a piece of holly with some berries. And this is from the seasonal Christmas flower stamps. Really pretty. So I'm stamping that out on the little piece of extra paper that I had. I'm using some black hybrid ink here. It's going to be alcohol marker friendly, watercolor friendly, whatever type of medium you want to use. And I'm starting out with a couple of greens to color in the leaves of my holly. I'm using YG06, G05, and G28. I am starting with the darkest color, and I've kind of gone around on an outline and then also added a little shading. Then I went in with my midtone, which is that G05, and kind of pulled out the darkest color. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the YG06, which is a yellow-green, and add a little bit of highlight. For my berries, I'm sticking with two colors. I'm using R14 and R29, and I'll go ahead and cut that out off camera with the coordinating die. Next, I'm going to be using the Slimline City Skyline cover plate die. This is a beautiful die. It cuts out a large cityscape, and I have cut it out and kind of cut it in half. And now I'm using a piece of silver glitter paper, and I'm using my white die cut that I've cut, and I'm just outlining it with some pencil here and there. And the reason is that I'm going to cut out the silver glitter paper to be able to glue it behind that cityscape. So it's going to have this sparkle where all the windows are in that die cut. Now you could try and inlay all of those tiny little pieces, but this is absolutely a quick and easy way to get some color in those spaces. You could use yellow cardstock and it would look like glowing lights. I was going for more of a sparkly kind of blingy background here, so I wanted to go ahead and use the silver glitter paper. I did use some liquid adhesive, and I tapped it off on a piece of paper towel to get off any excess before gluing that down. Now I'm using some light blue ink to represent the sky, and I have an A2 sized piece of cardstock, and I'm just getting a nice coating of that blue so it can look like a sky peeking out from the background. Once I get that where I like it, I can use the Scene Building a Street Lamp die, and I'm going to cut that out in black cardstock. Now I'm ready to assemble my card. You can see I have several of those pieces of the cityscape, and I've layered them up and I'm trimming them down. I've got 3 total, and I'm using some press and seal here to keep them in place where I want them. So that way I can just add some liquid adhesive all along the backs here of all 3 pieces at the same time before I glue them down on top of that piece of cardstock with the blue ink. So I'm going to glue these down so that you can see that blue sky peeking out from behind the cityscape. And I'm just using my top card panel that I did earlier with the oval die cut just to make sure that my spacing is good and that I have it all in the right spot. Once that glue dries, I can go ahead and peel off the press and seal. And all I have to do is glue my die cuts on the front panel of my card so that way I can pop it up. So here I am using some liquid adhesive so I can glue that beautiful street lamp down on the front of the card, and I'm going to put it on the left hand side of the oval opening. So it's popping up there, but you can still see the sentiment down there at the bottom. And then I'm going to use some more liquid adhesive as well as some foam tape to pop up my little holly and berries on top of my street lamp. I think this looks very festive, and it's really the only traditional Christmas colors that are on the card. So it really makes a statement because you have that bright red and green popping off of that street lamp die there. Now that my panel's dry, I can take off the press and seal, and I can go ahead and use some foam tape to pop up the panel that has the oval on top. So you can see there I've got the foam tape, and then I'm just going to get it nice and centered over the top of the other card piece and get that on there. Lastly, I'm going to add a little bit more bling. I'm using the classic Christmas sequin mix. I love this sequin mix. It has the perfect shades of gold and silver for your cards, for your holiday cards. I have used it already several times on lots of different cards, so this is a great sequin mix to have in your stash for sure. So I have added just a few sequins here and there, not a ton. I did 3 up there in the top right hand corner, and then you saw I did 2 down by the street lamp, and that's gonna draw your eye across the card. Now I'm stamping a sentiment on the inside. This is also from the There's a Feeling of Christmas stamp set. So again, really great sentiments in that stamp set, as well as a really nice stamp that includes a cityscape as well. So if you love the song, then this will be near and dear to your heart. So here's the finished card. I'm really pleased with how this came out. I think it's just beautiful and elegant, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Have a great day.